him as a manager. The players, they've dealt with a lot of injuries, the circumstances. They were at the Club World Cup, and the start of the season wasn't ideal for them. I think that performance today, this evening, will give them a hell of a lot of confidence. They will come out of this game understanding that they're capable of putting in performances like that, but they've got to now consistently do that. That's what they're missing. The next step is to replicate performances like tonight, game after game after game.
And even if the point now is to be consistent with those performances, Jamie, does the fact that they were able to put that performance in today suggest that it is coming? Because the question for Chelsea for a couple of years now has been, when are they going to deliver on the potential? Is this a sign that they're getting there, that they're further down that road?
Well, it's more of a sign that they've got real character, Kelly, because they had to really suffer today. You know, when Liverpool come back to 1-1, Cody Gakpo's goal, you could only really see one winner. Then you lose Badia Shield, then you lose Achimpong, and then you're thinking, OK, what's my back four? How am I going to hang on to a point? And in that last 15 minutes, when the game was just all of a sudden turned, and I look at characters and I think, who's the person that didn't? I look at Enzo Fernandez, and he's not always been my favourite player at Chelsea. When he first came, I was thinking, where do you fit him in? But when they didn't have Cole Palmer today, someone had to step up and be the talisman. Someone had to take the ball under pressure. Someone had to make that final pass. And his little pass into Cucurella, obviously Cucurella gets the assist, but I was thinking about the ball that makes the assist is actually as important. And I thought today he was magnificent. And he really led that team. And that, for me, was the difference, because I looked at Liverpool and I was thinking to myself, he's trying to hang on a little bit here. He brings on Endo. Endo lets Cucurella run, and that's where the goal comes from. But character, desire, when you're under pressure, can you get that 3 points? Because I think, as I said, he'd have took 1 point, but he's managed to get 3, and he'll be so happy, Maresca.
And you know what? Down the sides, James, we talked about today, the substitutions Chelsea made, Maresca, he brought on Esteval, he brings on Gittins. They came on and they were lightning. They were down the wings, they were isolating, going one-on-one, taking on defenders, showing themselves. That's what it's all about. You talked about character. You talked about, as an attacker, you come on off the bench, your job is to make something happen. We saw Wirtz run through, does an absolutely fantastic back heel to Salah. That was his moment to potentially say, OK, I can build some momentum now. Now you've got Esteval going in, thinking, all right, I'm kick-starting my Chelsea career here now. I've scored a goal against Liverpool last minute. Those are the moments that, as an attacker, gives you such confidence, especially a new signing or a young player, which both of those two are. So I'm very happy for Esteval. Obviously, it's unfortunate for Wirtz not to get an assist, but what a performance from Esteval when he came on. I was really
18
impressed.
years of that. You were blessed with that left foot, Daniel.
I mean,
he does it differently. I mean, I know it's because it's not a typical type of goal, but they're the ones that get your numbers up. He has got a lovely left foot, wants to come in, always be progressive with his passing as well.
Yeah, those back posts, tap-ins, what they call them, quote unquote.
But you must be very happy, Glenn Hoddle.
Yes, I think, a win for Chelsea, always good in the bank there. But I think overall, they just shaded it. I think they deserved to win it in the end. Liverpool were always in the game, as we said, but it was a strange game today. In that second half, it was like whoever was in possession, it felt like they had 11 against 10. And then when Liverpool got possession, it felt like they had 11 against 10. There was everywhere. There was so much space to play in, and in the end, it was Chelsea that got that little bit of a chance, and they created it really well. Liverpool's chances, I felt, were coming off mistakes of Chelsea when they give the ball away and they broke on them, whereas I think Chelsea sort of carved their chances open. They did it themselves, and in all it was for an entertaining game, but both managers wouldn't be particularly happy.
Then Chelsea ended up doing to Liverpool what Liverpool have been doing to other clubs, scoring late. Talk us through the goal from Esteval. It was a great moment for him.
Yeah, it was a fantastic moment for him, and you know what, there's been a couple of crosses today where there's no one been on the back post, but the way he covers it was really good because he waits his time. Cucurella again not being picked up by anyone. I think that he's been left. Once he goes in, look at Esteval now. He's out of sight, and now he's made a real dart to that back post to make sure it doesn't go across there, because that's what you're meant to do. The winger's meant to, when a ball's coming across, that ball should never go across through the back of that play, and he's done well there. Got on the back of Andy Robertson and got his goal, and he came on and done very well.
If you look at Andy Robinson again here, we're highlighting Salah here. All day he's done that. He's let Cucurella get forward on his own too many times, and in the end they paid the price. But on the back post there, Andy Robinson there hasn't once. He got square on for an experienced fullback. When the ball's down the other side, he's got to have a glance, he's got to have a look, he's got to be aware where Esteval is. Didn't see him whatsoever because he was closed off, he was squared up.
Well, it was tired legs at the end because of the end-to-end nature of the game. But the situation that kept arising on that left-hand side for Liverpool and Salah's lack of tracking, it would be fascinating to sit down with Arne Slot and say, look, how much freedom do you give him to not have to do that? Because at the moment, that system, especially the midfielder behind Salah, is causing Liverpool big problems.
And you know the thing as well with that team, and what'll happen is that the boys will know, the players themselves will know that, listen, Gaff, at some stage you're going to have a word with him because we're getting dragged all over the place. You know, if he's not going to come back and help us, it's going to cause us problems, especially away from home.
OK, well, let's head straight back to Stamford Bridge.